Peace, 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 world. What's going on? This is Substantial, and welcome back to Substantial Weekly, minus the technical difficulties. Feels good to be back. I hope all is well with y'all. Make sure if this is your first time on the channel, or if you've been here before, just make sure you subscribe to the channel. Make sure you hit that like button. And most importantly, man, say peace and let me know where you're tuning in from. All right, definitely good to see everybody. And man, good to be seen. It's been a crazy week, for a lot of different reasons. One, last week I did the recap talking about Anime NYC and how dope that was. And if you've been paying attention, they've been talking about this new variant going on with the coronavirus, and that's been all over the news. And basically, the event that they're saying that the guy who was the first documented case in the U.S. attended was literally the same event that I was at. So that was kind of crazy. But, other than that, man, other stuff that's been going on, a lot of new music on the way and some new stuff that dropped today. We're going to get into all of that and a whole lot more, man. So definitely good to be here, be healthy, all of that, man. Counting my blessings. And I appreciate y'all for being able to be here and watch with me. So first and foremost, peace to the folks in the chat. That's what's up. Frankie, what's going on? Good to see you up in here. Nice afro. Peace, peace, peace. Good to see you as well. And shout out to folks watching on other platforms. Another reminder, if you have not followed the YouTube channel yet, make sure you do that. Because even though I have multiple platforms that you can follow me on, YouTube is probably the place where I put like the most updates in terms of video content. And yeah, man, and it's a lot that's going to be shared here that you won't be able to find on those other platforms. So again, thank you if you're already a subscriber. And if you haven't yet, make sure you make that happen and hit that like button. Oh, man, we got Poland up in here. Peace, peace, peace. I appreciate the love. Thank you. And we got the OG, my man, Bob. Peace. What's going on, Bob? Salute to Bob, man. Bob has been a huge supporter over the years and has built an amazing channel. If you're not familiar with Bob's channel, if you love chill hop, if you love jazzy hip hop, good music in general, you definitely want to make sure that you subscribe to Bob's channel as well. So, folks, let's get into it, man. A lot to cover. First and foremost, man, we're going to start with talking about some music. And I want to give you heads up. Make sure you hang around to the end of this video because when this video ends, the premiere of Keep Cooking Volume 1.5, the audio version of it will be live on my YouTube channel. And we can go right from this video directly into that. You can go ahead and listen to that. It's about 30 minutes long. Of course, you can come back anytime. But if you want to join the live chat while we listen, you can get your questions answered there as well. And don't forget, we're going to have the live Q&A at the end after I finish going over just a quick couple bullet points, letting you know what's going on. So definitely stick around to the end for the Q&A and for the video following this one. All right, so let's see. Let's check the chat. My man Bob, man. Hey, appreciate you, brother. Appreciate you as well. And we got the Philippines up in here. Peace. What's going on? I appreciate all y'all. All right, so let's get into it. So as I mentioned, new music out now. The project is called Keep Cooking. And yeah, man, a lot of folks have known for a little bit now that I've been doing a lot of instrumental work. And yeah, man, I'm really proud of the growth that I feel like I'm showing as a producer. I know for a lot of fans, it's still taking some getting used to because they didn't necessarily know that I've been making beats for as long as I have. I've been making beats since I was 15 years old. So, for a lot of people that it might seem like the beats situation is a new thing, but it really is not, right? Like it's something that, yeah, man, I've been at it for the longest. And, but what's really been dope is I would say over the last few years, people have really started to gravitate to my production and show a lot of love. And so, man, that's just been really, really dope. But for those who don't know, at the end of the show, the video is going to go live of the Keep Cooking album in its entirety, and you can hang around and join the live chat, and we can talk about the project. But that's the cover art on the screen right now. Make sure you check it out. And yeah, man, there's a link in the description of the video, and also up on the screen right now on the ticker. Definitely check it out. It's on all platforms. Stream the hell out of it. Enjoy it. You know, throw it on the background while you're studying. Whatever it is you do, you know what I mean? But definitely enjoy it. All right? That's what's up, man. I see y'all in the chat. It's dope to see everybody showing love. All right, man. So, yeah, again, Keep Cooking Volume 1.5 is out now. For those of you who remember when I dropped it over the summer, the original version of it, this version is slightly different. Also, it's important to remember that the original version that I dropped was exclusively on Bandcamp. So if you get it on Bandcamp, or if you had it on Bandcamp before, the beats have been remastered, additional beats have been added, and those some of those original beats are still available on Bandcamp, but they are not available on all streaming platforms. So I'm just giving y'all a heads up. It's a slightly different version than the original version, but don't worry, if you're on Bandcamp, you know, you definitely, you got all the tunes. You got all the tunes. So if you're not following me on Bandcamp, you're missing out. And we'll talk more about Bandcamp in a second. But other than that, I wanted to give you a quick update on Animal Arithmetic as well. So for those who don't know, Animal Arithmetic is a project that I'm collaborating with an artist named Katie Fox, who is from Queens, New York. She's a dope illustrator, fire artwork. I've known her for quite some time now. We've been cool since, I want to say, oh man, like what, 2014 or 2015 is when we first linked up. And we got this really dope project called Animal Arithmetic, which is based on a manga that she wrote and illustrated. And she reached out to me as she was developing it, asking me to produce an entire album for it. So the album is finished. It's been submitted to distributors. It's also been we submitted all our assets to get the vinyl manufactured. The vinyl will be ready in February. So, you know, we are Adele proof over here. And for those who don't know, Adele dropped her album and they pressed up a ridiculous amount of vinyl, which slowed up vinyl production for most people. But because of the company that we use is actually a company called Green Vinyl Records. So it's a safer, it's a vinyl that is safer to produce. They don't use PVC. It's better for the environment. It's also better for you and your health when you're playing the record. And so we use that company to manufacture this record and do something good, something that is important for us and our planet. And because of that, you know, it's not, unfortunately, it's not as popular as some of the other companies that are out there. And so we are going to be on schedule. And that is super dope. So that means y'all get the record on time, and you also don't have to worry about, you know, your carbon footprint in terms of supporting this particular record. All right. Let's see. We got someone in the chat right now. All right. Back to Kickstarter for Animal Arithmetic. Can't wait for that manga and vinyl. Man, we appreciate you so much. Thank you, Boomer J. Moore. We appreciate the love. Definitely excited to get it in your hands. I can't wait to get it in my hands because it looks like, it just looks amazing just from the mock-ups and stuff. So we're super excited to get it. And we thank y'all so much for supporting it, man. So let's see what we got going on. All right, do me a favor, Anthony, definitely try to stick around. I'll try to address your question a bit later, but definitely, man, I appreciate the love and the support. Yeah, but I'll definitely answer that question in a bit. And just so y'all know, in case things do pick up a bit more, easiest way to ensure that I see your question is do one of two things, right? As the live becomes more popular and as we consistently do this, what'll end up happening is a lot of questions will come through. Sometimes I miss your question. To ensure that I don't miss your question, you do have the option to do super chat and support my channel that way. but it also highlights your particular question to make sure that I see it for those of you who aren't familiar with Super Chat. And the other option you have is to hit me through my website, iamsubstantial.com/contact. If you send your question through there, I'll get it in my email, and I'll make sure that I address those questions that come through the email. So that way I can plan ahead and potentially provide additional information for that. All right. But let's keep it moving, ladies and gentlemen. We got more stuff. So, hey, if you don't know, today is officially Bandcamp Friday. It's the last one of the year. So this is a great day to support artists on Bandcamp because of the fact that Bandcamp decided to waive their fees whenever they have Bandcamp Friday, which means that when you support artists, most of the money goes to them. Bandcamp doesn't take any money on this particular day, with the exception of PayPal fees. So definitely, if you can support, today is a great day to do that. And more importantly, what I've decided to do, on top of the fact that Bandcamp waived their fees, I've also given an additional 10% off for today. It's basically a last chance for some of the people who were trying to cop stuff before the holidays. You can absolutely go to Bandcamp, substantial.bandcamp.com. Information's on the screen, and support by copping merch or copping downloads. And the dope thing is too that if you use the BC Friday code when you cop on Bandcamp, you get 10 additional % off. And then lastly, if you go over to my official website, subartandmusic.com, that's the business website, you can get 10% off there as well, where there's even more merch. So let me show you some of the stuff that is available on the site real quick. Definitely, when you get a chance, go check it out. And here is some of the goodness. So we're going to start with the Subart Music and show you what's available over there. So basically, as you can see, we have the Animal Arithmetic mixtape. We have limited copies left of that particular project. Literally, the Animal Arithmetic mixtape is a 16 gigabyte USB drive that has my entire catalog on it. It also has the homie IQ, who features on the Animal Arithmetic album that I did with Katie Fox. It has his entire discography as well. And so definitely support that if you can. It's a great chance for you to have some exclusive merch that isn't available anywhere else. And I mean, it's a still $65 plus you get the 10% off today, for literally hundreds of songs. Like I believe it's like over 200 plus songs on this cassette USB. We also have the Lo-Fi Mugen with a blue pen hoodies are available. And also the Mugen stickers as well. That's based on my line from the song Follow the Master. The hoodies come in multiple colors, right? And then there's also the sticker, as I mentioned. We have 5-inch stickers, and then it goes down to as small as 3-inch as well. All right? So there's lots of merch to check out, though. Definitely head over to the store. Let me show you some of the other stuff that most people don't even know is available. We got the Lyrical and Blessing and Think and Eclipse and Hikari and City and Waiting shirt. That's the New Jabez collabs tee. Definitely check that out. Shout out to everyone who copped that over the holiday. Speaking of which, those of you who copped it over Black Friday / Cyber Weekend, I appreciate y'all so much. Majority of the orders have already been processed and shipped. However, there are some orders that are coming through our print on demand partner. And they were inundated with a ridiculous amount of orders, not just from us, but from other partners that they have. So things are a bit slow. As a lot of you know, that's been the norm during the pandemic, that things have been moving a bit slower. And so we are not immune to that. So I just wanted to give you a heads up. But other stuff that's available, Substantial hoodies, also To This Union shirts, caps, all of that good stuff. And because it's the holiday season, of course, we got winter breaks, ugly sweatshirts. Well, they're not so ugly, though, but you know what I mean. And we got the Kwanzaa sweatshirts as well. And then we have the cheaper sweatshirts where it's just a one color design. So lots of cool stuff, man, to check out. And again, man, thank y'all for the continued support. We're super excited to hit y'all with new stuff going into 2022. But also, if you head over to Bandcamp, right? If you go over to Bandcamp, you may notice that there is merch available there too. But also today I added Winter Breaks 1 and 2 together, so you can download it all at once to check it out. And yeah, man, so it's lots of cool stuff over here as well, along with merchandise and a ridiculous amount of music. So, but yeah, man, I appreciate y'all so much for the continued support. And let me just show y'all real quick what some of the merch that I have on hand real quick looks like. This right here is the USB cassette. Wait for that to zoom in. Shazam. And so you get that, comes along with the case, all that good stuff. The Mugen sticker. Bam. Pow. Wait for it. Yeah, man. Shout out to Luna Bunny, who illustrated that sticker, but she also did the book. The children's book is still available. Shout out to those of you who already cop. If you got little ones in your family, it's perfect for kids, I would say, 2nd grade and on down. And then something else that's available, but we have limited copies. We actually have limited copies of both of these, right? So the USB, we have less than 10 copies left. And I think of the Garden CD, which is also a photo album, there are less than 10 copies left of that too. So definitely, man, giving y'all heads up. It won't be around much longer. After the new year, we have a convention to hit up literally the first week of January. And I'm pretty sure most of this stuff will be gone by then, if not before. All right, so real quick. Oh, shout out to everyone in the chat, man. I appreciate the different love. And yes, there is a collaboration with Marcus D on Animal Arithmetic. All right. Thank you, Bob. I appreciate the love. I'm glad you like the way the merch is looking. And let's see. Oh, you are the real MVP. Thank you, Nice Afro. Got the cassette for Black Friday. Should have just bought in person at the con, so no shipping. I mean, listen, I appreciate you either way, but yeah, man, that's always something to remember. A lot of times people don't expect to see me at the cons and stuff if I wasn't announced as a major guest. So when I am there, maybe they don't support at that particular moment or don't buy because, that wasn't on the radar. You had other plans. You've been saving up on a couple different things. You know what I mean? Maybe there was a samurai sword or whatever at a weapon shop you was planning to buy. I don't know. I'm not here to judge, but just know that shipping is real. The shipping cost is real. So I appreciate you regardless, man. Thank you for supporting. So let's keep it moving because there's more info to go over and cover. So one of the things that is also about to happen, I mentioned the children's book to y'all. Again, shout out to Luna Bunny for helping with that, illustrating the entire thing. And the dope thing about the book, other than the fact it's a children's book about my children, the other dope thing about it is the fact that, Luna Bunny is one of y'all, man. She's someone who has been a fan for years and supported my music over the years, reached out to me. When I finally met her when I was performing at UmaCon in Detroit, she was gifting us artwork. Shout out to IQ who was there, Shingo 2, Mega Ran, and several of the people I just mentioned have since hired her to do artwork for the different projects and all of that, including me. And then I went a step further and not just hiring her to do one-offs, but really I believe in what she does. And it was a super honor to be able to hire her to illustrate the children's book. And because first and foremost, she was a fan already. 2, she was already creating art of me, my children, and all of that, man, doing really dope. She actually designed and illustrated my daughter's avatar for her YouTube channel. And so just, man, when you got people who are that supportive and stuff, man, you got to do what you can to support them as well. So I say all that to say to y'all, man, any of y'all who have different skill sets and stuff that, because of the business I work in, that occasionally I might need help with those things, just understand something. I am almost always willing to hire y'all first before I go somewhere else and hire someone, unless it's somebody I know personally. So again, I appreciate the love, but just know that if there's an opportunity for us to work with, not just on some, yo, man, I got beats, that's great. But if you're a photographer, you're a designer, you have all of these different skill sets and stuff that are beneficial to me. Granted, I have some of those same skill sets as well, but I'm not Superman. I can't do everything. And so my wife and I could have definitely illustrated the children's book if we chose to. But and because a lot of people don't know that we met in art school, so we're both visual artists as well. But it was a great opportunity to work with someone like Luna Bunny, and we're eternally grateful for the work she did. And I just wanted to shout her out, man. All right. Yeah. Yeah, so in the chat, we got Alex talking about the winter break sweaters. Yeah, man, go ahead. Help yourself, you know. Shout out to Alex for being such a dope supporter. Any plans on putting the winter break album on vinyl? All right, I'm going to address that in a bit, all right? We're going to save that for the Q&A, all right? But thanks for the question, Alex. All right, let's keep it moving. One more thing to share before it is Q&A time, ladies and gentlemen. So, as I mentioned, we're pushing and really promoting the heck out of the children's book. We actually have an event coming up this weekend. This weekend is the Meet the Author event. It's happening at Spizzy 2. That's in Brandywine, Maryland. So for those of y'all who are in the DMV, come through and support, man, if you can. If you already have a copy of the book, just bring the book through. Bring your little one through. I'm going to be doing a reading the book aloud for any kids that come through. And on top of that, I also will be signing copies. So if you're a person who purchased the book but didn't get an autographed copy, if you come through this weekend, come through to Spizzy 2, I will sign a copy. And yeah, you know, and there will be copies there available for purchase. And also, man, Spizzy's dope. Spizzy is super dope. And if you don't know what Spizzy is, Spizzy is a smoothie shop that is owned by my man, Brother Victorious. He is the actual brother of the homies Godzilla, the rap group who I've collaborated with many times, old friends of mine. And yeah, man, so they'll likely be there as well. So if you're fans of their music, you might get a chance to meet some of them. But you can definitely come through, break bread with us, grab a smoothie, get some good food. They got a lot of different food options, including some vegetarian and vegan options too. So it's good stuff, man. So I hope to see y'all tomorrow, those of you who are in the DMV. And if you're not in the DMV, do me the solid of sharing it regardless, man. Post the information online. If you're on Facebook, you can RSVP. And that link is popping up for you right about nowish. Shazam. So definitely, man, come through. It's going to be a great time. It's from 12 to 2 p.m. That's Eastern Standard Time. And I look forward to seeing y'all, man. And so on that note, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to get ready to move into our Q&A, live Q&A. And definitely, man, I'm going to start by addressing some of the questions that were asked before. I appreciate y'all in advance for sending them in. So let's back up and grab the questions. All right, so this question right here came from Anthony Espino. I hope I said that right. Any plans on performing on Tiny Desk? Great question. I have been trying to make that happen. I've auditioned. I've sent audition videos in. I've had, you know, my person, shout out to Kels, who was handling my PR for quite some time. You know, we worked real hard to try to make it happen as well. So they definitely know. They know who I am. I've tried to do what I could to make it happen. Has not happened yet. I'm hopeful though, man. We got some plans for this upcoming year that I think are going to put me on the radar of a lot of people who may have been sleeping before. And so we'll see if that turns into anything and if that's something that is in my future, man. But I'm hopeful, y'all. I would love to do it. It looks like a lot of fun. I would love to deliver these bars, B. I would love to give them these bars. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man, thank you for the question. I appreciate it, Anthony. All right, this question I believe I answered before, but I'll put it back up there for anybody who might have missed it. So RKW was asking about a collaboration with Marcus D on Animal Arithmetic. There absolutely is. And man, it came out so dope. Shout out to Marcus. He's doing his Twinkle Fingers thing all over it. You know what I'm saying? It's beautiful. It's beautiful. It just tear up a little bit. But shout out to Marcus D, man. Yeah, man, and happy holidays to him and the Marino family. He's back on this side of things in the U.S. temporarily for the holidays. So shout out to my brother Marcus. All right. Let's see. Next question. Boom, pow. Alex asks, any plans on putting the Winter Breaks albums on vinyl? Yes, absolutely. We actually discussed this a while ago, and that's something we plan to do. I think originally we were actually trying to make it happen for this year, but we just got caught up. A lot of things going on. And as you know, the issues with the vinyl, you know, like companies right now are literally telling people that it may take 7 to 8 months to get their vinyl done. Because I believe there's less than 10 companies in the world who manufacture vinyl. So yeah, man, like when vinyl's really popular and a lot of folks are ordering vinyl, it can take a really long time to get it. And so it's crazy, man. When I found out about Green Vinyl Records, I didn't necessarily switch over to them because I was trying to find a company who could do the vinyl quicker. I genuinely was trying to do something that, like I said, was better for the planet and also better for our health. So that being said, you could understand that, man, I was thrilled to find out that not only was it better for the planet, but it was also better for the fans too, because of the fact that their turnaround times are much quicker because they don't have the same amount of people hitting them up to manufacture vinyl as some of these other companies, some of these other folks. So, you know, yeah, I appreciate the question, but yeah, man. So God willing, Winter Breaks 1 and 2 on vinyl in 2022. From my lips to God's ears and to your screen. So let's keep our fingers crossed and hope that happens. All right. Hit up Marcus D. Remind them. I'll remind them too. And then we'll get to work. All right. Next question. Let's keep it moving. Let's see. You think making music for Animal Arithmetic fulfills your make music for an anime goal? Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Because my goal wasn't so much to, it doesn't have to be this, it doesn't have to be like this huge property, right? And keep in mind, like we're seeing Animal Arithmetic in its infancy, right? Like it's pretty much like it's not where it's gonna be, right? Keep in mind, when she hit me up years ago, it was just an idea. Now, you know, like, I mean, she's selling, you know, books of the artwork. Like, people haven't even read the project yet. And just the art is already selling like crazy. Then we do the Kickstarter campaign and we raised nearly $40K. It was funded in an hour. This is the level of excitement that we're seeing before anyone has even read it, right? The manga. And so then we did the short animation. Animation is super expensive, but, you know, she really believed in what she's doing, and I believe in it too. And so she invested money into like getting a short animation done just to build the momentum, and it's super amazing. So now we're considering circling back like after the book is out there and get some burn potentially. If we don't find a company that wants to put it out as an anime, we might just crowdfund a pilot for it, you know what I mean? Because we believe the support is there. We nearly sold a couple hundred copies of the vinyl without people even hearing the music, and several hundred copies of the book without people reading the story. So it absolutely fulfills my goal of making music for anime, because I know what the future holds for it. I believe in it that much. I believe in Katie Fox and her vision. And I'm just excited to be a part of it, man. Like, you know, and it's dope. You know, shout out to Katie Fox and the rest of the team. Let's see. Any chances? Oh, I skipped one. Let's pow. RKW asks, any chances for new Bop Alloy? That's the common typo right there, where it says Bob instead of Bop. We get that all the time. The Boy with No Name is a masterpiece, just like the album. First of all, thank you so much. That's a huge compliment. A masterpiece. Thank you. Funny fact about that song before I talk to you about new Bop Alloy. So funny fact about that song is that the original version of the album more than likely wouldn't have had that song on it, because Marcus has sent me all the beats, and I was almost done. I think I was done writing it by the time I was on tour in Europe with Cunning Linguists, because I wrote most of it. And so anyway, I think I wrote a good amount of what wasn't done yet on tour with them when we were doing our East Coast run. But then when we were in Europe, I finished writing it. And at that original version did not have The Boy with No Name on it. You know, because half the songs were recorded, the other half were, I finished writing. So I lose my rhyme book. This is back when I still actually wrote everything in the book. Nowadays, I write everything, and I write it all in the cloud. So that way it's backed up the moment I type it up. But I lost an entire rhyme book on tour, and I remember exactly where we were. It was in Amsterdam. Sad thing is, at least if I smoked or got high or did something of that nature, I would have had a legitimate excuse for losing my rhyme book. You know what I'm saying? But I was sober, B. You know what I mean? Not a drink of alcohol, no whatever, nothing. I just lost my rhyme book in Amsterdam. So it's some Dutch rapper out here, you know what I'm saying, killing it, B. You know? And so, yeah, man, so I lost my rhyme book. I come home. Marcus resends, he didn't have to resend certain beats. I already had them. But he did have that beat, which wasn't a part of the original batch. And when I heard that beat for The Boy with No Name, I was like, oh, man, this is going to be crazy. So that's what pushed me to write that song. And that song is it's a completely factual song. It's all real situations from different programs that I worked and served in, working with young people. So shout out to those students. Shout out to those programs and stuff, man, that gave me the opportunity. And thank you for the question. So to answer your question about new music, we don't have anything that's in the books already in terms of being done. However, we do have a collab that is going to be on Animal Arithmetic, which you know about because I already spoke on. So that new track's coming. I'll likely be hollering at Marcus while I'm working on my solo album, my next solo album, which is called Adulting. And so he'll likely be on there too. You know what I mean? All right, thanks again. So let's see what is next. When did you realize you needed to make yourself a business, and did you learn from anyone? Man, great question. Listen, let me tell you something. A lot of rappers, not just rappers, or artists, musicians in general, don't always like talking about the business or like dealing with the business in a lot of ways. So thank you for asking that question, because business is an art just like anything else. And any art, in order for you to get better at that art, you have to spend the time, right? Really developing that muscle. And so, man, I realized early on that I definitely needed to legitimize a lot of what I was doing. There's a legend, I know I'm blessed to say that I can actually hit up a few hip hop legends personally, right? I won't throw anybody under the bus and say their name, but there was a legend that I came across who, after speaking with them and realizing, of course, they gave me certain great advice, but then there were also things that they didn't speak on that I just noticed from being in their presence, that, there were certain things that they knew, like I knew, that they could handle those things better. And so in those moments, seeing that and realizing that, I realized that I was like, man, I've been kind of dragging my feet on like creating my LLC and making everything legit, and not just doing stuff under the table. But like, yeah, I think it's time. And then also shout out to my brother, man, my big brother. Two major things happened. One, both my wife and I had full-time jobs that paid okay, right? Middle class wage or whatever. And we tried to buy a house, and they told us we didn't make enough money. And so I basically was like, I didn't know what to do. I knew I didn't want to let myself down, and I also didn't want to let my wife down, because we really loved the house. So what I ended up doing, this is gonna sound crazy, but at the time, MySpace was popping, right? MySpace was it. And your boy had like close to 500,000 followers or friends on MySpace. I was getting a ridiculous amount of traffic on MySpace. And so, yeah, man, so I literally showed the guy the people we were talking to about buying the house who were looking at our finance. I was like, look, I don't have a whole bunch of paperwork to prove that I do this as a profession, but some of this extra income that you see, just this extra money that's dropping in my account, there's a lot of that money that does not get put in my account, right? Like when I get paid in cash. And I shared with him that I was like, yo, I'm a rapper. You know what I mean? Like, this is what I do for real. Like, I've toured around the world and all of that, and I'm still doing that. And so I just kind of let them under the hood to show them how much was being made that wasn't necessarily shown in the paperwork I gave them. And that helped us get that house, right? And so that helped us get that house, because before, just off my job alone and my wife's job alone, we weren't going to be able to get the house. But once I let them see that I was doing that, and was able to provide some evidence to show that, I was making a living doing music, and I mean, was making a decent living from music, even though I was doing it part-time, they helped us out. And my brother, what he also did, the reason why I brought up my brother is because my brother used to do our taxes for a very long time. And my brother was the one that really educated me on all of the different tax breaks that I get once I registered as an entertainer. So there were a lot of tax breaks I got when I was just registered as an entertainer. And then there were even more tax breaks that I got once I legitimized the business and started the LLC with my wife. So, yeah, man. So I say all that to say that any of you who are watching this right now or listening right now, definitely that's something you need to move toward doing. It's not just about you. It's about your legacy and potentially helping your family long term and yourself. Thank you, man. That was a excellent question. I appreciate so much when people ask me about the business side of things. Hey, Anthony, I appreciate that. Thanks, man. All right, let's see. Got any graphic design work that you can show us? Man, that is an unusually great question. I don't know if I have any newness I can show you, but I can show you real quick. Since you ask, I will show you my online portfolio, which needs to be updated. But hey, man, we're in a sharing mood, right? I'll share something with you. So give me a second. I'll punch it in. But yeah, thank you for that, man. I appreciate the fact that folks be listening. Like, that's right. Son is an artist, B. Out here making art. Let's see. All right, cool. Go gadget. Share screen. Let's see if we can get that up there for you. So here, ladies and gentlemen, here is my online portfolio. It's on behance.net/substantial. And this is just some of the work I've done. Now, some of y'all have seen a lot of this stuff because most of what I've done has been for like album covers. Not just mine, but other people's albums as well. So yeah, man, so fun fact for those who don't know, of course, if you're here, more than likely you're familiar with my album, The Past is Always Present in the Future. So a couple things. Not only did I write the raps, mix the album, master the album as well, I also designed the cover art. This photo, shout out to my man Nick, who actually did the video animation, not the animation, but the video countdown that you see at the beginning of this this show. he was the photographer who was supposed to shoot all of the photos for the album cover. But unfortunately, he had a family emergency that happened literally the day we were supposed to get the shoot done. And so when that happened, I was in a situation where this stuff still had to get done. So ultimately, you know, I'm like, hey, man, we literally went to the same art school together, right, in high school. And then I went on to Pratt later on, Pratt Institute in Brooklyn, New York. It's one of the top art schools in the world. So there was nothing, and in most cases, art related. There's very little in the art world that I sometimes hire other people to do that I can't do myself, right? Like, I've developed these skills for a very long time, so it's not that hard to do. But anyway, I shot the photo myself, programmed the camera and stuff so that way I could step away and make sure my hand was there on my daughter's shoulder with my wife's hand. And then also the photo that you see of the sun rising, that photo was shot as well by me. You know, got on the rooftop of one of the buildings in my neighborhood. The buildings are like 7 or 8 stories. So got on the rooftop, and that's these woods over in PG County. Where I live is on near the Virginia state line, where the state line where Maryland and hits DC as well. And so from my balcony or from the top of the building, I can see PG County, where I'm from. And so, yeah, man, so I shot that photo. This photo that's on the back cover is me shooting that photo as well. The photos that are in the inside is me as well. The fonts and all of that, that's me. Yeah, the layout, everything. Like, I did everything for this cover, top to bottom. Let's see if I can show you some work that maybe you haven't seen. Yeah, man, I do a lot of logo work, you know. Again, this is old stuff. Some of the stuff you've seen, some of you haven't. But yeah, so with my company, Substantial Art and Music, you know, got the color wheel, you got the record, you know what I mean? So that was a design that that my wife and I worked on together. This company is actually a doula company, you know, so it's real different. I've done a lot of work for different joints. You see back to school things. I've done a lot of stuff for different schools, both ones that I've served at and other ones. These are some of my illustrations. A lot of people don't know that I can draw. So some of these are digital illustrations, right? Like this design here, y'all might remember from the Always EP. This is one of my hand drawings here. Jill Scott, y'all remember that Jill Scott mixtape. This is a hand drawing I did of my daughter, Serenity. This is a digital art piece that I did. It's a combination of hand drawn stuff on a small piece of paper. I actually drew this on the subway. Original drawing was about, man, it was super small. It was super small. But anyway, yeah, man. And then I basically scanned it into the computer and added some art to it. So, yeah, man. You know, I do what I does when I'm doing it. You know what I'm saying? I'm kind of nice with it, you know. But, hey, man, thank you for the question. I hope y'all enjoyed checking out the artwork, you know. Peace, man. We got somebody up in here from Mexico. All right, Mexico in the building. Appreciate you. Let's see. Someone wants to know my thoughts on Spotify. Pros and cons of streaming music platforms as an artist. Great question. Yeah, man. I'm not a person that feels like, you know, these streaming platforms are the devil. You know what I mean? I think all of this crap, right, like that's out here, you know, whether we're talking about Bandcamp, whether we're talking about Spotify or a long list of other companies, they're all tools. Some tools are more useful than others. Some of these companies are ran by tools, right? Some of these companies are ran by tools, but like, yeah, man, a lot of these folks, yeah, and I'm gonna get ready to dip, man. I'm gonna answer this last question and then we're gonna go, but they don't pay extremely well, and that could be better. However, they do a really good job of making it very easy to have your music discovered. And for that alone, that for me kind of outweighs some of the downsides. And if you learn how to use the platforms, you can make a pretty good living. So yeah, man, thank you for that question. I'm gonna go, because we got to get to the album that dropped today. That's about to premiere right now. And so when this video ends, you're going to head right over there. I'll see you in the chat there. We can listen to the beats that I made for that. And yeah, man, I'll see you next week. If you got questions still, You can get those answered for next week. Shoot me an email, iamsubstantial.com/contact. All right. But I'll see you soon. Talk to you sooner. Peace. Thank y'all for watching. Make sure you subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. And be sure to like the video, man. It's greatly appreciated. All right. Peace, y'all.